Okay, this is a 1996 space shuttle mission, STS-75. I wanted to show you some interesting footage. So this is a satellite. Who cares what it's about? But it has a tether, and they were going to tether it from the shuttle on their mission when they were in orbit. So they do the thing, and they get it up there, and they start deploying it with this boom they have. And something happens as they deploy the actual satellite. There's a tether, you'll see here. There's a tether at the bottom of that that's kind of just holding it together there. Well, there you go, you see it there. As the tether extended out and out and out, it actually broke. And this is where I think some things are even being revealed now in 2018 with some of this old footage. Okay, there you see it breaking. Okay, now there's going to be several minutes of footage here following this that as this thing is floating away from them, they'll be talking too, so you can get something out of that. But they retract in the boom because they lost it, and now they're just tracking it, and they're going to be filming it here from the top of the shuttle. So listen into what they say, and after the footage I will come back.
Again, this is a view of the satellite.
Well, if it had to break, it did it in the right place.
Sure.
Commander Andy Allen reported earlier that the tether apparently broke inside the boom in Columbia's cargo bay, with only about 10 meters of tether left attached in the cargo bay.
We're going to downlink some camera A to you.
Columbia and the satellite now 77 nautical miles apart. Again, that call reporting that the crew can see the tether and see the satellite. That it's beautiful. This view showing the satellite. Again, just moving into sunrise. 81 nautical miles now from Columbia.
Guys getting the image?
Franklin, we see a long line, a couple of star-like things, and a lot of things swimming in the foreground. Can you describe what you're seeing?
Well, the long line is a tether, and there's a little bit of debris that kind of flies with us, and it's illuminated by the sun at such low angles. So there's a lot of stray light, and it's getting washed out quickly, but Claude is trying to do a quick, good job here adjusting the cameras.
Copy that.
Again, that description by the crew, this is the tether in the satellite with approximately 12 miles of tether still attached to it. Columbia and the satellite now just passing over the west coast of northern Africa. The two spacecraft now 90 nautical miles apart. controllers for the satellite did have communications with it during the close pass between Columbia and the satellite.
I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
This is Babylon, and these are fallen angels or evil spirits, devils, and they're imprisoned up there where NASA is going.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
And beyond this chasm I saw a place, and it had neither the sky above it, nor the foundation of earth below it. There was no water on it, and no birds, but it was a desert place. And a terrible thing I saw there, 7 stars, like great burning mountains. And like a spirit questioning me, the angel said, This is the place of the end of heaven and earth. This is the prison for the stars of heaven and the host of heaven. This is the prison for the stars of heaven and the host of heaven. This is the prison for the stars of heaven and the host of heaven.
Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
And the stars which roll over the fire, these are the ones which transgressed the command of the Lord from the beginning of their rising, because they did not come out at their proper times. And he was angry with them, and bound them until the time of the consummation of their sin, in the year of mystery. And Uriel said to me, The spirits of the angels who were promiscuous with women will stand here, and they, assuming many forms, made men unclean, and will lead men astray, so that they sacrifice to demons as gods. And they will stand there until the great judgment, on which they will be judged, so that an end will be made of them. There was a great fire there, which burnt and blazed, and the place had no cleft reaching into the abyss, full of great pillars of fire, which were made to fall. Neither its extent nor its size could I see, nor could I see its source. Then I said, How terrible this place is, and how painful to look at. Then Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, answered me. He answered me and said to me, Enoch, why do you have such fear and terror because of this terrible place, and before this pain? And he said to me, This place is the prison of the angels, and there they will be held forever.
And we have main engine cutoff. And stage separation has been confirmed. And you can see the first stage there flipping back. Use the nitrogen thrusters. And the boost back burn of that first stage. And we've entered the entry burn startup.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
This is a 25-second burn.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with
And we have
fire,
shutdown
and burn her
the first
with
stage.
fire, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast,
Stage one
until
just
the words
passed
of God
through
shall be
transonic
fulfilled.
regime.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the
Landing burn
kings
startup.
of the
And
earth.
landing burn has hit startup, and we have ignition.
And burn her with fire, and burn her with fire, and burn her with fire.
So the landing legs will play in a few seconds. And we have touchdown.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.